My name is Gabby, and this is part 2 of the video that I did yesterday. And I decided to come to a different part of the docks to sit on, and I kind of have my laptop just like propped up here because it's the only place I could prop it up, and also because, look, oh, I'm gonna have to move my camera, but look. We're gonna get a storm. Oh, I hope we get a storm. A lot of times we get these clouds and we don't get anything. I really love thunder and lightning. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I guess I'm weird, but whatever. I like this weather. It's not too humid right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the warm weather, but I really don't like that humid, hot, I can't go outside because I'm going to melt and die kind of weather. And let's see, if I face it this way, I guess you guys get a little bit of the sky. I don't know, I can't really tell because it's kind of dark. I mean, on the screen monitor it's kind of dark. But then also you guys get to see some cool birds that go by. You might see the eagle. There's 2 eagles down here that I like to come and photograph. You might see this hawk. There's this hawk that follows me everywhere I go. And I mean, he's always with me. She's always with me. So he's like, hawk, 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 like trying to get my attention. I was in the living room yesterday and I heard him, and I swear it sounded like he was at the window, and I was ignoring him, and it just got louder and louder and louder. Actually, I think that's the eagle right there, but it's, even if I turned my laptop around, you probably wouldn't even see it, but it's worth a try. See him? He's up there. Eagles can fly higher than hawks. They can fly higher than the vultures, and I think they can fly higher than most birds, actually. Yeah, that might be the eagle. But, yeah, I think that is the eagle. I don't know if you guys heard that. Anyways, maybe you'll even see some fish jump out of the water. We are heading into the... Ah! Damn! Right behind the camera, a fish just jumped out of the water. We are heading into the autumn season, and as summer dies and we go into the darker season, the colder season, salmon start to swim upriver, and I actually live on a river that goes right into Lake Ontario. Around that bend over there, it goes right into Lake Ontario. I could kayak there in like maybe 10-15 minutes. A speedboat, I'd probably get there in like 5. But yeah, I live in a nice little spot here in the country in western New York. I moved up here about 3 years ago. I was living in Manhattan, and then I was living in I was living in Queens, and then I moved to Manhattan, and I don't know, that was another point of my awakening. I was actually going through the dark night of my soul. It started in 2011, and it really hit me in 2012, and it lasted until 2015, the end of 2014, 15. And I had a lot of these physical symptoms in my body, and a lot of them I'm going to talk about today. But I swear to you guys, the doctors must have thought I was crazy. One of them called me a hypochondriac, and I was not amused. I was upset because, you know, when you see a doctor and they tell you, you know, that you're a hypochondriac, or that the things that you're experiencing, they cannot see them, or you're too young to experience these things, or it's all in your head, that's to me, that is not professional for a medical professional to say to one of their clients, to one of their patients. So, you know, my insurance does not cover to see certain healing doctors, and it's a shame, you know, it should, but you have to pay out you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. I was actually outside today at around 11-ish, this morning, and I recorded this whole entire video. It probably equaled up to about an hour. And it was awesome. I had some awesome moments in there. Energy was great. I was vibing. Everything was wonderful, you know? I feel like the video was a success. I was so happy. So I came home, I charged up my laptop, and I went into editing mode. And guess what? My video only recorded 14 minutes. I was like, what the? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I do know that while I was sitting on the docks, there was a moment that my screen turned blue. It like stopped. And I was like, whoa, what was that? But then it just went back on like it was a glitch. But it said that it was recording. So I was like, okay, it's recording, so we're cool. And then, you know, I was talking, blah, 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 you know, doing the video. And then all of a sudden, it went blue again. And I was like, oh no, what's going on? Oh, okay, it's just a glitch. So I was glitching. Okay, and all right, so it went back, you know, to recording. And then I was like, okay, we're cool. So I finished the whole video and it never recorded. I was so mad. I was so mad. But, you know, everything happens for a reason, I guess. Maybe, I don't know what the reason is. I really don't. Maybe this video is going to be even better, hopefully. I don't know. I really don't. But, or maybe it needed a change of scenery. Maybe Spirit didn't want me to record by the water. It wanted you to show you my awesome room. This is my craft room. This is where my altar is. This is witchy vibes in here. This is witchy vibes. This is my room. Nobody's allowed in here. This is my room, my energy. This is where all my crystals are. This is where I grow my plants. This is where I dry my herbs. This room is my space. So maybe Spirit wanted me to come into my space. But anyways, I had to share that with you guys because I probably would have been done by my editing by now and would have been waiting for this video to upload because it's going to take a couple hours to upload because I guess my Wi-Fi is slow. I don't know. But this is where we are. So this is part 2 of my video series because what I want to talk about is really, really, really long, and I actually may break it down into 3 or 4 parts because yesterday's video was an hour long, and I'm sure that people, you know, just like random people that see my, if my video pops up on their feed, you know, they probably looked at it and was like, yeah, right, girl. Keep going, keep scrolling, next video. Somebody that's only recorded like 10 minutes next. Nobody has time for an hour, you know, not these days. You know, the only people that probably, you know, watched my whole video all the way through to the end were people that were genuinely passionate and curious about the ascension process, and or, you know, they were probably really curious of what I had to say in general. And you know what? That's totally okay. 100 people may watch that video or this video, but it may only resonate with just one person. Just one person. And that's good. That's okay. I look at it as progress, you know? I look at it as a gain. One person is a gain. This is not a competition. It's not. You know, I'm just sharing information with you guys. And if it's interesting for you, then you'll keep watching. If it's not interesting, then you'll just keep scrolling. You'll stop the video and you'll keep scrolling. But yeah, I look at it as a gain, and you know, we will prosper. We, as the mass collective, we will eventually come together. Eventually, we will. It's a gradual process. Not everyone will agree with, you know, what I have to say or, you know, what I believe in. But yeah, it only takes that one person. And you know what? That one person will, you know, the video may resonate with that one person. They'll learn something from it. Something will be validated for that person. And that person will then grow and share knowledge and information because of just something that I did or said. and he will do that and share that information to 100 other people, and maybe only one person out of that 100 will say, hey, you know what, that resonates, that's validating, and so on and so forth. And you know, that's just how it goes. It's a learning experience. We're all learning here. We're like a garden. We are these precious, beautiful little human seeds that are waiting to be planted. We're waiting to be planted with this knowledge, okay? So that we can grow into our light bodies. We are all different, and it only takes that one seed to grow, and eventually you will have a big, beautiful garden of many different human seedlings shining their many bright, vibrant colors of crystalline light all over the place. And, you know, will come into fruition at some point. You know, some will come up, you know, now, some will come up later, some will come up years from now. But the beautiful thing is, will eventually come into fruition. We're a garden. We are a beautiful human garden. We're a species of many. Okay, so let's jump back into where we left off yesterday. Yesterday I was talking about how the body will change and what you will experience as the body changes and transforms as it goes through this metamorphosis stage, you know, changing from the carbon-based body to the crystalline light body. I believe I spoke a little bit about the DNA. I spoke about light codes, and I spoke a little bit about the body forming these little crystals in it. I also referred you guys to check out a few of my favorite channels that are on YouTube. There are other spiritually aware people that are uploading some really awesome content, so you can, you know, expand and grow your knowledge. Maybe something that they say or something that they do, or maybe their energy, you know, from watching their channel will pique your interest, or pique something inside of you to wake up as you start to go through this ascension. And maybe something will resonate with you. Again, I want to say welcome to my channel, everyone. And again, sorry that my intro is a little long. I just can't believe that I recorded this whole video already, and here I am doing it all over again. It was like, I don't want to say it was an hour wasted, because, you know, at least I got some vitamin D from the sun, and, you know, I got some downloads from, you know, the solar energy, which is pretty amazing. And I came inside to check the Schumann resonance, and guess what? We are spiking. It's spiking all over the place. It's amazing. And I kind of assumed that it would be, because, you know, my energy levels are, you know, pretty awesome today. I feel good. I feel good. I even feel like I have color today. Like, I'm not pale or anything. But then again, I was sitting in the sun, so I wouldn't be pale. I'd be kind of colored red. I was there for a long time, you guys. I'm a little bummed, but you know, it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. So I guess maybe I will figure that reason out by the end of this video. We'll see. So let's talk about these changes. So these changes that will be happening will be gradual changes. These changes, they will not happen overnight. You're not just going to wake up and have an extra toe or an extra finger, or, you know, you're not going to be this spiritual being floating. You're not going to be invisible. You're not going to just be spirit one day. You're not going to just wake up and not have a body. You know, these things that are happening with us will happen gradually, and they will not happen overnight. So what I want to talk about will take place in the next 6 to 7 years. There's this 7-year tribulation period, and the Naughty Beaver actually goes into detail about this, because he talks about the Nostradamus prophecies, and he is a really his channel is really knowledgeable if you're interested in that stuff. The Naughty Beaver really dives deep into this subject. So if you're interested, you know, go check him out. And again, I will post his link below in this video as well. Okay, so for some people, this change has already started. For others, it's just beginning. And for most of you, for the mass, it will probably start in October 2018, and the very beginning of 2019. Definitely by 2019, because we're in it. We're in it. It's like you know when that roller coaster is going up and up and up and up, 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 up. Well, we're right here on the roller coaster. It has not the lever hasn't been clicked for it to fly, but we're here. And in 2019, we're going for it. You know, the ascension is for the masses. Everyone will be going through it, no matter what. And I don't know. I can just see it. It's something that I can see in my third eye. I see a lot of things, but I also listen to a lot of people's channels, and it's validation. It's validating when you listen to people talk about these events that are supposed to take place soon. And it's kind of, it's mind-blowing when you can see something in your mind, in your third eye, in your mind's eye, and then you hear people like the Naughty Beaver talk about the Nostradamus prophecies, or when you study Edgar Casey's prophecies, or when you listen to really knowledgeable, psychic, aware people like a Luna Ash. I don't know. I feel that she's really legit. You know, I can feel something in her energy that is very legit. Like what she's saying, I believe her. I really do. And sometimes when she is talking about, you know, what she sees, or when she's doing readings, I feel like an energy connection, some sort of energy connection that, you know, when you watch those movies when the psychic touches the other person's hand and all of a sudden you go into like this trance where you can see everything that person's going through. Well, when I'm listening to her, I close my eyes. And when I close my eyes, I feel like I can see what she was seeing, if that makes sense. And I don't know. For me, I just want to say, for me, it resonates with me, and her energy is so calming and so comforting. And then you know what? There's something else that really, I feel this connection with her because she lives in the New England area, and I love New England. I lived in Massachusetts. I lived in Rhode Island. I feel like I need to be back there. I really do. I need to move back to Rhode Island. I miss it so much. Not even Rhode Island. It could be anywhere. It could be Vermont. It could be Massachusetts. It can be Connecticut. But I don't know. It just feels like there's some sort of connection, and that's all I'm trying to get at. But it's not the right time for me to move now, because I tried. And you know, there's like my guides it's conflicting. My guides are telling me that I will, because I have this urge to go back, and I want to live out my days in New England, and maybe I will. But I wanted to leave like 3 months ago, and I really pushed my husband to his limits. I'm kind of a gypsy, and I've moved around a lot. I've never been comfortable living in one place, especially for longer than a year. I've always been this way ever since I moved out of my house when I was a kid, I left home when I was 15, believe it or not. And that's a long story. I'm not going to get into it, but I left home when I was 15. I was a young mom. And I've always traveled around. I've always moved around. I've moved around quite a bit, and I've had my own place. And I've just never felt at home in any place that I've ever lived. But when I lived in New England, being in New England felt like home. You know, and here I am in New York wanting to go back to New England, and I'm from New York. But I feel that there's going to be some kind of huge weather event that's going to take place, and I feel like being in the New England area where I want to go is not the safest place for me at this moment. I feel that where I'm at in New York, I moved to upstate Western New York, and I feel that where I live in the country, I live by the water, and I have my father up the road, I have my mother that's about, 20 minutes away, and when something big happens, we will have each other, and we will be able to survive for that time that survival is going to be needed. And I feel that if we go to the New England area, it's just going to be too chaotic to get through all that. Now, I say all this because this is what I feel in my heart, and I see something in my mind. I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm not trying to scare anybody that is in the New England area. I just, I'm a sky watcher. I like to watch the weather. I like to watch the space weather, and there's just so much going on that, I feel better being where I'm at right now, but my soul wants to be back in New England. So maybe in the near future, I will be back there. Okay, so moving on, I kind of got a little sidetracked. I just wanted to share that with you guys. For many people, this change has been going on for some time. And as far as a time period of when this whole change, this whole ascension stuff is going to, affect you and begin for you, and when it's going to end for you, it really all just depends on the individual and their level of openness and willingness, and the clarification that has already taken place in their energy field. And by this, I mean, are you coming into alignment in your physical energy system? Are you coming into alignment with your emotions and the emotional body? Are you creating more of an openness and a flow in the mental body, in the mental mind, so that you can consciously receive the energies and the frequencies that create the shifts in this transformation? Now, keep in mind also that all who are on this planet, everyone that is on this planet at this time, all forms of life, humans, animals, fish, trees, rocks, dirt, everything, all forms of life that is on this earth at this time, not just human life, but all forms of life are and will continue to be affected by what we call an increase in intensity of light that comes directly into and around the field of this planet. So even though those who, we look at or may look upon as less conscious or perhaps even totally unconscious of the changes, are definitely affected and will continue to be affected. They don't have the understanding that many have who are actually searching on this path of what is going on for them. That is why they are experiencing, this greater agitation in their life and experiencing parts of their life that are no longer working for them. Okay, they're also experiencing less control in the mental body than they're used to. So, there's a lot of people that may be losing their jobs, or, maybe going through a divorce, or, some kind of court case, just like low vibrational situations. going through foreclosures and stuff like that. You know, these changes are happening for them. And if you embrace these changes, these things are still going to happen to you. But if I've noticed that if you embrace it, it won't be so tough to get through. Now, when you don't know what you're going through, of course, it's just going to be just a chaotic mess in your life. And that, you know, when people, have you noticed that, you know, when people go through huge shifts in their life, like these huge changes in their life, they tend to look for God. They pray and they make promises that they're going to change and change, da, 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 da. You know, not everyone, but I know a lot of people that do that. And, you know, there is these changes that are going on in your life. And instead of praying to God, now I'm not telling you what to do, but instead of praying to God, make these prayers, turn them into mantras, turn them into positive vibrations, and make these promises to yourself, okay? Because you are a divine being. Promise yourself that you're going to get through this in a healthy way, and that you're going to change your ways to better yourself. There is a great deal of confusion among the masses because until now, there has not been a large enough body of clear information to explain in a way that can be understood by the masses what is exactly taking place in this time in history. There is nothing in our past that can be compared to what is currently going on and what will continue to accelerate. We are actually making cosmic history, you guys. We're making history. All this stuff is new. It's brand new for all of us. We're leaving the age of Pisces and we're entering the age of Aquarius. We're entering the golden age. We are at the end of a cycle, at the ending of a cycle. We're at the end of an eon. 0 point, filling the space with air. We are now realizing we are sovereign. We are sovereign beings, you guys. We have free will. We're coming back into our power and we're retrieving the knowledge that has been hidden from us because since creation, we have had our freedom stolen from us. We have had spiritual knowledge hidden from us. We're so divine. You don't even know how divine you are, okay? You have no idea the mind power that you have. Heard of the saying, your mind is a terrible thing to lose. We didn't lose our mind. Well, we lost our minds, but the people that are like in those institutions, like, you know, like Bellevue and stuff like that. And they're in there because they're mad. They lost their minds. They lost their mind. I personally believe they didn't lose their minds. They found it. We're the ones that lost our minds. So we think they're crazy. They're not crazy. They found their power. They found their mind. Life is mystical and magical. But we are set to believe that it's this, that I'm me sitting here in this house talking to you, and in reality, I'm not even sitting here, I'm floating here. I probably have like fairies floating behind me. Yes, I'm getting really fucking mystical right now. And you guys may think I'm really crazy, but I'm not crazy. I see things. I see orbs of light. I see spirit. I can hear spirit. They talk to me. That didn't sound really great. You know, when you're a person that hasn't found your mind and you listen to me talk, you really think that I lost my mind. But I didn't. And I know that this may be a little too much for somebody that is not, that does not have anything to do with, you know, the esoteric lifestyle, and has nothing to do with, you know, the metaphysical life and has nothing to do with the fifth dimension and raising their vibrations and aliens, ETs, multi-dimensional beings, interdimensional beings. Like, for somebody that is normal would think that I've fucking lost my mind. And I don't really want to go too much into it because I have a lot of people that think I lost my mind, and I beg to differ. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm always by myself, because nobody wants to hang out with somebody that has gone mad. You know what else I solely believe? People that suffer from Alzheimer's or dementia, people say that they are losing their memories. They're not losing their memories. Their memories are not going away, but they don't need those memories. Where they are at spiritually, those memories are not relevant in the realm that they're in. Okay, they didn't lose their memories. They're just setting those memories to the side. They filed them. Okay, and as they filed them, they're transitioning out of this vessel. So they're in between realms. They're in the physical and they're physically, spiritually in another place. And you know how they have the two phases of, Alzheimer's, dementia. Dementia is you're getting there, you're drifting to the other side, and the Alzheimer is you've drifted, you're gone, you're on the other side, and it's just a matter of time. So if you have a loved one that is going through something like that, just know that you didn't lose them, and you're not losing them. You can still talk to them. They're just blissfully in another realm, and when they fully transition, they'll come back and they'll visit you. They can hear you. They can see you. You can't hear or see them because you're not matching their vibration. But if you matched their vibration, oh yeah, you could see them. You can hear them. And you can receive messages that they are trying to deliver to you, because chances are you may have lost a loved one and they're trying to give you messages all the time. All the time. And they do it through the strangest ways. You just don't realize that it's a message. It could be things like, I see a lot of hearts. Like, for instance, look at this. I always find hearts. Hearts. It could be on a rock. It could be carved in the wood. Like, I was eating and sauce dripped off of my fork onto the plate into the form of a heart. I dropped a coffee droplet on my leg, and it went into the form of a heart. That's just, different spiritual souls letting me know that they're with me. And when I see these hearts at certain times, it's validation, and I know who it is or what it is at the moment that I see it, depending on the situation that I'm in. Sometimes I even see faces, like smiley faces. I have another rock somewhere around here. Oh, I got it. Watch this, guys. This is cool. Wait until you see it. Look at this. You're not going to believe this. I was down, I live by Lake Ontario, and I'm always looking for, I call it sea glass. It's just broken glass that has been, softened up, rounded up by the rocks. And look at this. Can you see it? Look at that. It's a face on a rock. I have another rock around here somewhere with a face too. It's actually smiling. This one's like, this one's grinning at me. It kind of looks like a little alien, doesn't it? Sort of. Kind of looks like a reptilian. It's weird. Anyways, you're always getting messages. I get them in music too. You ever heard of a song and you'd be like, that was so-and-so's favorite song, and it just comes on. Like, maybe you were thinking about so-and-so, and then all of a sudden that song comes on, but if you're not ready to receive the messages, it won't click in your mind that that's a message coming through for you. So just know that when you're thinking about somebody, and then all of a sudden you see a cardinal or a butterfly or a penny or a rock with a face on it, that could be them saying, I'm with you. I'm here. I can still hear you. I can still see you. They're with you still. Just because they're not in this physical meat sack doesn't mean you lost them forever. You didn't lose them forever. They're with you spiritually. And again, I sidetracked. I'm horrible at this. And so let's move on, because, you know, that's not what this video is about. I just kind of, you know, just went there. But yeah, that was I don't even remember. I don't even know why I got into all that. Age of Aquarius, Golden Age. I know we were talking about that, and retrieving our, oh, I know why, because we're retrieving our knowledge, and I still don't know how I got there, actually. But I am kind of glad I'm not live. But we're spiritual, we're divine spiritual beings. That's what I'm trying to say. And you know, we are so divine and powerful that it was all stolen from us. It was taken away from us. I guess that's how I got there. And we're in the age where we're retrieving all our knowledge. We're getting it all back, no matter what powers that be that keep trying to keep it from us. The light always wins, and we are in the age where the light is going to shine and it's going to win. We are going into the golden age. Now, what is happening to many people, to many of you right now, is that due to the increased energies, the etheric body is vibrating at a higher frequency. Okay, and the physical body is then trying to catch up, but hasn't quite gotten there yet. This results in a speeding up of the molecular structure. Many people are now experiencing this as a quickening taking place. Now, there's another gentleman on YouTube. He helps guide people through their ascension, and he goes by the name of Victor Odo. I hope I said his last name correctly, Victor Odo. And he posted a video talking about the quickening, and I'm going to post that link to that video in the description area below, so you guys can go check it out. Now, this quickening is happening within your bodies, within our bodies. This stepping up of energies is affecting every system in your body. It's affecting your nerves, your muscles, your vessels, your skin, organs, which your skin is an organ, and your glands, as they try to adapt to these new frequencies. And we're getting all kinds of screwed up with these frequencies, because we have all of these man-made frequencies coming in, and then we have all of these universal frequencies and these earth frequencies, all these natural frequencies. And then I feel like, you know, like Wi-Fi, 5G, and not just that, microwave frequencies and all these other kinds of frequencies. There's just so many. You know, if we could see frequency, we wouldn't be able to see anything, because the frequencies that are coming at us would create a wall, okay? Literally. And there's just these little cracks in this wall, and some of these good frequencies are able to get through and come to us, and then some of these bad frequencies leak through and get to us. So we're just kind of all screwed up over here, trying to adjust to all these frequencies and adapt to all these frequencies that are hitting us. And with these earth changes, I really feel that, you know, when this event takes place and we have that, you know, huge earthquake or that huge hurricane or windstorm, rainstorm, that, you know, Mother Earth is trying to cleanse herself. She's trying to free herself. She's trying to find she's trying to gain her freedom back. We kind of took over Earth. You know, back, years and years, and when we were created, we came to Earth, and she provided for us, and the human race respected her. Okay, nowadays there's no respect for this Earth. It's abuse. It really is. It's abuse, and she's just trying to gain her power back. That's all, you guys. She's just trying to clean up, ascend, and gain back her power and her freedom, and you know. Okay, so moving on. The nervous system is something that carries energies through the whole human body in the form of nerve impulses. And the endocrine system, which regulates most of your physiological functioning through the secretion of various chemical substances, hormones, may have you experiencing these huge energy overloads as they constantly attempt to maintain a state of homeostasis and balance within your body. For those of you that don't know, the endocrine system is here, your thyroid, which I've had mine removed and I wish I never did. What else? Those that you know, when your nerves have you jumping, that is a little bit of what's happening. Some side effects that you may be feeling as you get those nerve impulses. You may feel them when you're watching TV or just, you know, sitting still. You may even experience like twitches in your body. Maybe your eyes are starting to twitch, or you'll notice that a muscle or your arm will, and you're not a person that works out, and your arm muscle will just start twitching, or your whole body will just jerk. And it also happens, you know, when you're relaxed and you're falling asleep at night. That's what I'm talking about when I mention nerve impulses. I started feeling all of this stuff in like 2013, and I'm still dealing with it. But it's gotten a little bit better as of this year. But it still sucks, you know, going through all of this. So as you go through these changes, this kind of expansion in consciousness during cellular transformation is literally pulling you into worlds that are beyond potential, and they're becoming very, very real. Things about your world are changing right in front of your eyes. One of the most noticeable changes is that many people have noticed that they want to sleep more. They want more rest. I notice a lot of people are always very tired. Even people that are not grinding very hard, that are not doing the 9 to 5, they've been very tired. I know the 9 to 5 life, or 6 to 2, or the 11 to 7 schedules can kick your butt, especially if you're a wife or a husband that work, have a family, and also want to squeeze in a social life, and hold down a side hustle, because these days you need a side hustle to live and do those extras, just you know, just to make life fun. Life in general is exhausting. It's exhausting for all of us, no matter if we're super duper uber busy or if we're just home purging. Life is exhausting. And it's because it's speeding up, and it has to do with not our physical body. Our physical body is trying to keep up with the energy body. The energy body is like, it's like wonky. It doesn't know what to do. It's trying to align and adjust, and it's just being, you know, it's moving, and it makes the physical body very tired, especially when it's making the physical body feel physical pain, and physical pain can exhaust the physical body. Now, have any of you guys been feeling any of these symptoms of being tired? I know I spoke yesterday about feeling low vibrational energies and feeling just like kind of depressed and like loss of passion and desire and stuff like that. I know in June it really affected me, and that's what I spoke about yesterday in my video. If you are among those people that have been feeling the need to rest, or have felt
like they've lost their passion or their desire, or like their pilot light is burning low, you need to continue listening to this video. So if you made it this far, can I get a like? Like, give you a thumbs up, show me some cyber love, send some love energy my way, and I definitely will send it back your way. Now your body systems are so overloaded right now, and so is Mother Earth's systems. She's so overloaded as well. Her body, the mass of herself, functions very much like our own bodies do. And that's why I like to look up what's going on the Schumann resonance. That's why I like listening to Alexis Buck's channel, Ascension Diaries channel, because she is always doing an update about the Schumann resonance. And I feel like, you know, the Schumann resonance is going to play a huge role in this ascension that is taking place. Eventually, everybody is going to have an app on their phone that's going to let them know what's going on the Schumann resonance. And, you know, what's going on with the sun. Actually, I think people do have apps about, you know, what's coming, what's going on with the sun. But you know, for the Schumann resonance, that's the Earth's energy. And when it spikes, it does some amazing things to people. Well, I shouldn't say amazing things to people, because I feel like that I feel like I pick up the energies a little bit differently than others, because there was some people that mentioned that when the energy spikes come, they're in pain, and they can feel all this pain, and they're very tired and very drained. But for me, I'm the total opposite. Like, I have no pain. I feel great. I'm so energized. I'm hype. My energy level feels good. And throughout the time from June to now, you know, there hasn't really been any activity. So when we did get a little blip on the Schumann resonance, that little blip was life for me. I was like, woo, I knew that something was happening on the Schumann resonance on days that I was feeling low. And then suddenly I was like, it was like this energy high coming on, and I felt good. So the Earth, Sage. So our bodies and the Earth's body, it's like, kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like receiving, transfer, receive, transfer. That's what's going on. So that's why when we're grounding, it's good to go outside and ground yourself by walking barefoot in the grass, in Gaia, on Earth, because of her energy. We vibrate with each other. So yeah, so much is happening on very deep levels of yourself, of ourselves, of our bodies, and it's usually occurring in the subconscious. You may feel overcome with these emotions, these feelings, with sorrow, feeling like maybe you lost something, or that you are leaving something without even having any idea of what it is that you are sorry for or crying about. You're just so emotional, and you just don't know why. You go outside and you look at your flowers and you smell it, and then all of a sudden you become very emotional and very sad and very like sappy, and you start to cry for no reason. All you did was smell a flower, and all of a sudden you're thinking about the flower. And I say this because that happened to me. I thought about what would happen if I left where I live now, because, you know, where I live in the country, I grew my own flower bush. It's a Rose of Sharon, I think it's called. And I grow these sunflowers, and I have all these special plants and trees that come back every year, and I feed these hummingbirds. And it started off with one hummingbird. Now I'm on my 3rd year living here, and I have like 5 hummingbirds that really depend on me. I have 4 feeders outside, and they really depend on me, and they need to eat like every so many seconds to survive. And, you know, I want to make sure that they are fueled up before that they have to leave. And they're going to be leaving me soon in late September and going back to wherever they came from. I don't know if they came from Mexico. I don't know if they came from California, but they're going to go back to whatever warmer climate that they originally came from. And the thought about that, for some reason, just made me emotional one day. And I was just like, why am I crying? I don't know. Watching things on TV, I become very sentimental about things that I would never become sentimental about for no reason. And I don't know, my emotions are heightened. When something's funny, I laugh really hard. When something's sad, I cry really hard. I'm very overly passionate, and it's not just because I'm a Leo, but it's just because of everything that's going on around me. Now, as you approach closer and closer to the final experience, which is actually called the ascension, you will feel yourselves letting go of more and more things that no longer serve you, things that are not important to you. You're going to find yourselves not doing certain things that you loved. Maybe there was this hobby that you loved doing, and now all of a sudden you could care less if you do it or not. Maybe there was certain people that you loved to hang out with, and now you don't even talk to those people. And you want to know why? It's because subconsciously your soul wants you to vibrate higher, and subconsciously your soul knows that those situations that you were in are no longer matching your frequency. So now you have to find things in life that match your frequency. And when you become aware of that, then it'll be easier for you to notice that when you start to notice yourself going away from certain situations in life that no longer serve you. And also, if you're not aware of it and you're a person that's always miserable, always in drama, always in gossip, things are always happening to you, and you're asking yourself, why me, why me, why me all the time, that's because you are putting yourself in these low vibrational situations, and you need to get yourself out of them. And you need to say to yourself, if it's not serving me for a better reason, for a better purpose, for a higher purpose, then I need to let it go. If it's not serving me well, I need to let it go. And you need to say that to yourself all the time. My mother will come to me and she'll vent to me about certain things, and I tell her, let it go. It's so easy. Let it go. Just let it go. I know I say that it's easy to say let it go, and it's hard to let go. But once you start letting go of people and situations that are bringing you down, your vibrations, your frequencies will rise so high, and they'll make you so happy, and you'll be so glad that you let those things go. So the next time you're in a situation that starts to bring your vibrations down, you are going to let it go so much easier than you would have in the beginning. Now, during this process of cellular transformation, you may see or feel specific physical changes and sensations in your body and in the bodies around you. You're going to start picking up on how other people feel. Right now, you may not even notice that you're picking up on maybe how your spouse feels. Maybe your spouse is a person that has a lot of back pain, and then all of a sudden you have back pain. That's because you're absorbing your spouse's energy. But with these ascensions going on, you're going to, you're going to experience your own sensations in your bodies as you go through these shifts. And some of those sensations and side effects are, aches, pains, headaches. New aches and pains will appear in various places, all these different places in your body, and then these will just disappear. Like one day you're going to wake up and your elbow is going to hurt, and then the next day your elbow will be fine. You'll probably have headaches and sudden shooting pains in your eyes, and these may be signs that adjustments are just They're just being made in your energies. These adjustments will be attuning you to different frequencies during this cellular transformation. The parts of your brain that have been dormant in these past few years or all your life are now being used. This may require some rewiring of, the brain circuitry, while these brain patterns that are no longer functional will all of a sudden be rerouted. I don't know why I cannot say that word sometimes. Rerouted so that your brain is now functioning in those areas. As you develop higher ways of thinking and being, you will experience more creative energies and will create deeper levels of meditation. So the more that you're aware, the more of these things are going to start happening to you. But it's not going to last forever. Side note, all of these aches and pains, if you are suddenly having like severe headaches and shooting pains in your temples and in your head, or joint pains, back pains, whatever, anything, everything, anything, just please rule out anything medical by seeing your doctor. And if your doctor gives you a clean bill of health, then you know that it's just the ascension and you can move on with your life and start to heal yourself and, maybe even take the holistic approach. Now, as these transformations occur, there may be periods when you feel more anxious or irritable than you usually would. You may also feel relentless, a little headachy, less able to concentrate. You may have an increase in sensitivity to people, sounds, smells, and the environment around you. You may experience muscle soreness, particularly in your lower back, because your lower back is, in that root chakra area. You may start experiencing joint pains or even have poor digestion all of a sudden. When these glands are excessively stimulated, your body is constantly in a hyper state of fight or flight, and the body expands resources, at these tremendous rates of speed. So it's just like, when your body is starting to feel this, all of a sudden, this weird, strange pain, your healing mechanism starts to kick into place, and there's just a lot of stuff going on in your body, and it can become very uncomfortable. Now, the mutation process that you are presently undergoing has been initiated within the molecular structure of your brain. The progressive cycles of change are introduced to the rest of the body systems, primarily through the cerebral spinal fluid, and from there it goes through the nervous system. This accounts for the pervasive sensations of the disturbances within your head and within your eyes and your spine and your nerves. It has resulted in feeling dizzy, resulted in having headaches and feeling pressure in your head, usually experienced from the back to the front of your head. You can even experience it on your sides, on the side of your head. It also accounts for considerable nervous disruptions, disrupting your sleep patterns and having irregular energy surges. Those are those jumps I was talking about. And having energy drops, feeling high energy, low energy. Digestion may become erratic, and strange pains may just come and go without warning in different parts of your body. And these are all things that you may start to experience. Body cells. The tissues of our bodies is made up of cells. The cells are made up of molecules. And this goes on and on and on until, the subatomic level is reached. And at the subatomic level, the templates or blueprints are formed for our bodies. And voila, you have Gabby. Now, the probabilities of what we can do are created at this subatomic level. There are changes being made at this level as the earth changes occur and as the axis shifts occur on this planet. These things are going to happen to you. These changes are due to occur very, very, very soon. Again, that's another reason why I listen to the Naughty Beaver, because of all of his prophecies that he talks to. You know, Nostradamus predicted this whole pole shift thing, and you know, I don't know it by heart. I don't even know it word by word, but it was something that I learned when I was probably in 6th grade, and it stuck with me ever since. And I've told people for years and years and years that we were going to have this this polar shift, and they just thought it was crazy. And they're like, yeah, most of his prophecies don't even come true. They have no idea how many prophecies come true. There are so many. Yeah, there's some that didn't come true. Maybe they still have time to come true, but there are so many prophecies that did come true, and there is proof that, you know, the poles are shifting. And I have a friend that's a pilot, and he can tell you that the poles are shifting because they have to adjust their little compass thing to go north, and they're not even really going old north, they're going new north, you know. So these poles are definitely shifting. Everything's going to change. The very structure of every cell in our bodies is changing. And I have proof because I have these little tiny crystal specks shining through my skin. There's a woman on YouTube. Her name is Taylor T, and she's documented her light body. She's documented these crystals. She's even pulled these strange fragments out of her body and put them under a microscope to show you guys what's coming out of her. She's showing you the changes. She has proof of these changes. The very structure of every cell in our bodies is changing. The changes in your body will occur in the body cells as the cells undergo this little gentle infusion of new electromagnetic impulses. The structure of energy exchange and energy transfer is being slowly rewired in the cells during cellular transformation. This could actually be the cause of these periods of exhaustion as your body goes through these radical changes, this remodeling and rebuilding. When these changes are observed, when you notice them, I want you to relax. I want you to take it easy and try to embrace what's going on and just kind of just go with it. Take care of yourself. Take an Epsom salt bath. Meditate. Stick your feet in a tub of water. Just take it easy and try to eat a little bit healthier, lighter, cleaner. Not too many fatty foods and oily foods and salty foods, you know, and toxic stuff. You don't want to put anything toxic in your body when you're going through these changes, because you're purging. And if you keep putting toxic stuff into your body as you're purging, you're just going to make your purging process a lot harder. Trust me. So yeah, just take it easy, relax, you know, and just move with the changes taking place in your body at this time. Just embrace them. You need to spend time in meditation. That's so important. I know that's so, like, you know, that's the answer to everything. Oh, just go meditate, just go meditate. And I know when I was at the beginning of my awakening and somebody told me I should meditate, I was like, really? Like, really? You know, I just felt like that wasn't for me. When I started to do it, and I thought it was really hard to do, because I was like, who meditates? Like, how do you even meditate? It took me a long time to figure it out. There's really no right or wrong way to do anything. As long as you're doing it, you know, you sit down, you take big, deep breaths, you try to calm yourself, and breathing calms you, and just be in the moment. If somebody would have told me that in the first place, it would have been a lot easier. Just be in the moment. If you can focus on your breath, if you can focus on what you currently hear while you're sitting, while you have your eyes closed. What do you hear? What's going on around you? What do you smell? How do you feel? Is it hot? Is it cold? Just how do you feel? Are you comfortable? Are you uncomfortable? What can you do to make yourself comfortable? Stay in the moment and just listen to your breath. And when a thought crosses your mind, let it cross your mind. And you just tell yourself, nope, like swipe it, like swipe left, shoop, like on Instagram when you're swiping, shoop, to see the next picture, shoop, just let that thought go. Don't feed into the thought and then think about it in more details. Just be like, did I feed the cat? Shoop, let it go. And then just go, breathe in, breathe out. How do I feel? What do I smell right now? Just like center yourself, align yourself, bring yourself back. Once you bring yourself back in and you do this enough, it will become a lot easier for you to meditate. And then maybe meditating will be something that will benefit, you'll benefit from it. And it really does work. It really does clear your mind, and it really does help calm you. And being calm at this time is very important. So you just have to relax, learn to relax. That's all. Just learn to relax. Now I'm here for any of you guys that are experiencing any of these symptoms or any kind of symptoms, anything that I didn't mention. I can help you get through them, only because I probably went through a lot of them. And you could talk to me about anything, because chances are I probably went through it. And there's no, this is a safe, I'm a safe person. I'm a safe zone. I'm a safe place to be able to talk freely. I won't put you on blast. There's no judgment. There's no ego here judging you. I won't think you're weird or strange. You can tell me that you see fairies, and you can tell me, in detail what they look like. And I'm not going to be like, oh my God, this guy sees fairies. Oh my God. No, because I've seen fairies. I've seen angels. I've seen UFOs. I've seen an alien, not like a solid alien, but I did see one. I kind of guess it was in like spirit form. It was like a shadow, but I'm not going to go into detail. And just letting you guys know that I'm a person that you can talk to, and I'm judgment free. I'm not going to judge you. I'm very open-minded. I'm humble. I'm down to earth, and I'm cool people. As long as you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. And we'll just leave it at that. I do make these really awesome ascension salt baths. If you're interested in one, I do make them, and you can email me, or you can make your own. They're really simple. I mean, I put all these extra cool, neat things in there. But if you just want to take a salt bath to relax and, soak up the minerals and stuff, it's just, Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, black salt. Don't use table salt. It's toxic. Remember, no toxic stuff. Table salt, toxic. If you're eating table salt, stop. It's toxic. Substitute it for some like pink Himalayan salt. It's so much better and more flavorful if you're a person that likes salt. Salt is bad, but if you're going to take salt in, at least take in healthy salts. I don't want to go too much longer because I don't even know how long I've been talking. I've just been chatting away. So I know I chatted a lot, and I'm making these series are probably longer than they need to be. This is going to be a whole episode because I can't stop just talking about other stuff and getting sidetracked. But I promise you, this video is going to get better. I think I am going to stop it here because I think I am reaching an hour, and I actually want people to watch my videos and not scroll past me because they're like, God damn, she's like at the 58-minute mark again. I want you to watch it. I want to bring you in. I want you to get interested, and maybe I need to work on my approach. And I'm just coming back into doing my videos. Like I mentioned yesterday, I was done doing videos for a while. I even thought about not even talking about the ascension, or I've always been a very psychic person. I've always been an empathic person. I've always been psychically aware. We're all psychic. Just some of us are aware that we're psychic. And since I was a little girl, since I was forever, since my whole life that I can remember. And I've always been able to hear and see spirit, communicate with them. There was a time in my life that I just stopped it because so many people call me crazy. And there was a point in my life when my children were young, and my cousin told me that if I didn't stop talking about, now back then, people were not freely talking about seeing spirits or hearing spirits or seeing orbs of light, or, you know, they wouldn't freely talk about strange occurrences happening, paranormal occurrences happening in their house, and you know, stuff like that. So my cousin told me, if you don't stop it, girl, you're gonna end up in Bellevue and your kids are gonna be taken away from you. You don't want that. So I thought to myself, like, damn, you know, it's true, because, you know, when people even mention something paranormal, you were like, well, girl, you need help. You need your head checked. And I didn't want my head checked. So I just kind of started to ignore it. And that was the biggest mistake ever. I wish I never, ever, 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 ever ignored any of my abilities or nothing, because ignoring them, I actually lost a few of them. Maybe I can gain them back. Maybe I can't. I don't know. I used to be able to channel so much more clearer than I can now. And, you know, but everything happens for a reason. And, you know, when I agreed to come here, when my soul agreed to come here and come into this vessel, I knew that that was going to happen. But being in this vessel, I had no idea. But, you know, I am starting to, well, not starting, but I had started to stop ignoring them. Because when I ignored them, let me tell you, it's not nice. When spirit knows that you can hear them, any spirit, any being, any entity, anything that is not in this meat sack, and they're beyond the veil. When they know that you can, in fact, hear them, see them, feel them, they will annoy you to the point that it makes you feel crazy. And sometimes when they do it, they don't mean to scare you, but they can come across pretty scary, you know? They can just appear, like that time I seen that like alien figure, I was like, what? I was scared. But I wasn't scared. Like, I was scared, but then something made me feel calm. Like, don't be scared of me. You know, and they don't talk with their mouth. They talk with their mind. Even the spirits don't talk to me like I'm talking to you. When the spirits talk to me, they're talking to me in my mind. I can hear them in my mind. And it's so crazy and to explain how spirit talks to you to somebody that doesn't know how spirit talks to you. I can see how that sounds crazy. But what was that? You saw that? But you know, when I ignored these abilities, a lot of strange things started happening. And then I just said, you know what? I just can't stop seeing a butterfly just flew by. How cool is that? Oh, validation. But I told my divine spirit team that I can no longer ignore you no more. I'm sorry, forgive me. And then some of these channelings came through even better. They guide me. There's a lot of things spirit has guided me to do, and kept me safe from, you know. And I thank them. So if you're in tune with them, you can always communicate with them. Your loved ones, your angels, your divine spiritual team, your ascended masters. They all have something to offer you. You have somebody with you all the time guiding you on this path and protecting you while you are on this path. You just have to raise your vibration so you can at least try to, when you raise your vibration, you are trying to reach their frequency. While we're still in this form, we're never going to actually reach their frequency, because they will always vibrate higher than us unless you can meditate past, you know, out of this body and speak to them when you kind of like astral travel and stuff like that. But you know, just getting back to ignoring them, it was And it was a little depressing too. My life seemed really, I felt lost. I felt like all of my friends were gone and there was nobody around to talk to, and being around normal people was not really, it wasn't really, it was dull and boring. At least when you're around spirit, the vibrations are always high and it's never dull and it's never boring. Anyways, I just want to leave this video at this point, and I promise I'm going to get into more details about how your body is going to change and what it's going to go through and what you're going to experience physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally as you go through these energy shifts, as you go through and experience this ascension. And I just want to thank all of you guys that are tuned in, watching me. Eventually, I will gain the guts to go live and talk to you guys live about all this stuff. And you can witness all of my blooper moments that I can't edit out. So, anyways, that's me. I'm Gabby. This is my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Much love, much light. Mwah. Bye.